So what do you think? Do I look bewitching? Has my new makeover put a spell on you? Oh, the things I do for my videos. What is up, you guys? Brooke here, or should I say Winifred Sanderson here. In case you all didn't see the title or thumbnail, I am doing the Hocus Pocus Writing Tag. The Hocus Pocus Writing Tag was created by Dani, Murtaugh, and also Kim Chance, who are wonderful authortubers here in this community, and I got tagged to do it by Dani. Oh my gosh, as soon as I saw this tag was up, I was all for it. You best believe I jumped at the chance to do this tag, and it made it even more of a better excuse to be looking like a bewitching fool for you guys today. So this whole movie was totally right up my alley. I love witches, I love Halloween, and this is a movie by Disney, and it has wonderful music numbers that you just can never get out of your head. So since I'm recording this video on my phone, I'm going to be reading off the questions on my laptop here. So question number 1, Sarah, Mary, and Winifred Sanderson. Being a witch is hard, but so is writing. If you had magical witchy powers, what aspect of writing or what part of the process would you magically skip over? I would skip the first draft of writing that whole thing in a heartbeat. Drafting is super hard for me. I always want to prettify my work in progress, and I can't prettify it if I'm still writing all of the details and all of everything out. I totally wish I could just make some type of spell and make the first draft troubles go away, or just make the first draft be done like that. That would be amazing. I would love to have a first draft just done and out of the way. Oh, and you can see my lipstick on my hand. It was really hard to get this look, okay? So don't judge me. No draft is perfect, and I just realized I have lipstick on this hand too. No draft is perfect. Even magic probably can't create a perfect first draft, but I would still take any draft that magic would give me if the first draft could be completely done. Question number 2, and I love seeing my lips go like ooh, ooh. Max and Dani, what relationships tend to be at the core of your books? Friends, family, or romance? In the book I'm writing right now, I definitely believe the core to be family. There's definitely romance in there. It's not the main focus. The main focus of my book is my main protagonist, Jessalyn, and her older brother, Owen. Jessalyn and Owen are African-American servants who work for this family that lives in New Orleans, and they live in the Garden District, and it's all in the 1920s era. The family that they both work for has people in the family that they love, and then there's people in the family that they also hate, because there is that prejudice still back then in the 1920s, so obviously that's there. They really have to stick together to go through all of the trials that are thrown their way, because there's definitely a lot of crap that happens to them. This book is actually the first in a duology, and so their bond as brother and sister just is forever present in this first book and will also carry on in the second book as well. They go through so much heavy stuff together as brother and sister, but their relationship is still very innocent and very touching, at least to me it is. Question number 3. Amuck, amuck, amuck. How do you approach the chaos that is drafting? Are you a plotter, a pantser, or a combo of both? I'm such a hybrid. I'm such a combination of both, especially recently. I recently started to believe that outlining could benefit you, and I'm still so utterly stubborn to admit that planning and plotting is kind of my jam. I recently made a how to outline your novel if you are a pantser type of video that I will put in the corners over here. So I did outline my book that I am writing now, and I also outlined my book that is the second part in this duology. I definitely think it's smart to plan ahead, and I'm glad that I did that, but I didn't start out writing this book by outlining. I actually prefer to pants your book, see how it all goes, see how the world and the characters turn out as you start to just dive right into things, and then after you kind of got a groove and rhythm of how your story is going, then that's whenever I start to plot my novel and I start to outline my novel. So pantsing it up first works great for me. I love pantsing it up, and then I will take off the pants Forget that comment, that sounded really bad. I will stop the pantsing and I will start the plotting, and that's whenever the outlining comes into play. And I really like doing the combination of both. I feel like I'm living in the best of both worlds, and that is how I do things as a pantser. Question number 4, I put a spell on you. How do you deal with book ideas that want to be taking focus away from your main work in progress? It's like I have a mental file cabinet that stores these other book ideas away for another time. And there's book ideas that I have that I want to write down the line, and I just know I can't do that right now. And it's a bummer I can't do that right now, but if I start writing more shiny book ideas, nothing's gonna get done for this current book idea I have and that I am working on. All I can do is just make a folder for that shiny new book idea, put it in the file cabinet, and store it away for another time. That's all I do, really. I do a really good job of not working on another project, or I'm writing down other ideas for something else. I stick with my main book baby that I'm working on pretty good and decently, but I do have other ideas for other stuff later on. Question number 5, Thackeray Binks. And by the way, for years I thought his name was Zachary Binks, and whenever I found out as an adult that it was Thackeray, I was very shook. Thackeray. It sounds like you got a lisp or something. Things aren't always what they seem. Think back to when you first started writing to where you are now. How has your process transformed from then to now? My writing style has changed, my writing voice has changed, how the process of how I write has definitely changed. Everything is just a whirlwind of change. I actually have somewhat of a clue of how to orchestrate writing a book. Whenever I first was getting going, I had no flipping idea how this was actually done, and I pity the people that were writing a book before AuthorTube, because that meant you pretty much kinda almost had to figure this whole thing out on your own. And if you didn't know what you were doing, like me back whenever I was like 19 or 20 years old, I was a hopeless cause. I definitely feel like my strategies have completely changed over time of how I'm going to reach that finish line of writing my book. And also my style of writing, it's improved, let me tell you. Question number 6, my lucky rat tale. Do you have a favorite writing ritual? And if not, what are your favorite writing tools? I'm pretty much just generic with all the generic type of answers for this, which is candles and music, or ambient sounds, or comfy clothes and snuggly socks, and the best lighting. I have to have my lighting be just very serene and calm feeling. I don't like bright lights all around me. I like to have a calm atmosphere to work in. But other than that, I don't really have any writing rituals, and I mainly like to have like at least water by me and some form of chocolate. So like I said, pretty much I'm generic with all of my answers on this one. Question number 7.
Book, come to mommy.
If you couldn't tell what I was just singing there, that was me saying book. Book, you get it from the movie, you know. And back to the question, what is your favorite writing craft book? Definitely On Writing by Stephen King. I have listened to that so many freaking times, and when I say listen, I obviously listen to it on audiobook rather than reading it, which I am oh so happy about, because it was Stephen King who actually read his audiobook, and having him read it for some reason just made it the ultimate writing craft book. There were lots of things I took away from his advice and his knowledge that I have put into my writing endeavors now. Stephen King is the king of writing books, so you gotta listen to the king, right? Question number 8.
The glorious morning makes me sick.
Do you prefer writing in the morning, or do you prefer nighttime like Winifred? I like both, but only if I have the willpower to get up super early in the morning before I go to work, or if I just wake up on a weekend day and I decide to write like from 9 to 11 or something like that. Those are really, really good hours for me to write in. And I do like writing at nighttime as well, but I gotta say that I get super tired at night and I start to become kind of useless after a while. I have more inspiration to write in the mornings for some reason, probably because I had just dreamt at night and I awake and I still have that dreaminess atmosphere going on around me. Question number 9, the black flamed candle. What's one of the biggest mistakes you've made so far in your writing journey? Editing while you are still in the middle of drafting. Oh my gosh, this was such an uphill battle for me. And it is still kind of a battle for me just because I am much more of an editor at heart than I am a writer. And so, I mean, I love to write, obviously, but I am such an editor. I take way too much time drafting because I used to edit in the middle of my first draft. And what a time killer that was. It just really made it to where I never made further progress. I couldn't move on to other chapters because I was still editing previous chapters, and that is the biggest mistake ever. Why take so much time to edit chapters whenever I may end up deleting that chapter later on while I'm in the middle of editing other things? And it was such a time gobbler for me, and I hated that, and I'm so glad I've figured out how to avoid doing that, even though it still is a thing, but still, I am so happy that I am getting over this. Question number 10, Billy Butcherson. Aw, he's our favorite zombie, right? What's a trope that most people hate, but that you love and you would love to see come back again? Paranormal stuff, for sure. I mean, heck, I'm writing a vampire novel right now. I was a twihard, but I don't want like the whole Twilight stuff really to come back, but I really do want more paranormal things to be going on in the book world. And there are still some of that out there. There really is. It's just harder to find nowadays than how it used to be. It used to be Paranormal City all over the bookshelves, and I loved it. Question 11, Come Little Children. Songs that give you hypnotic focus while you're writing. I love listening to movie soundtracks. That is my definite go-to for listening to stuff while writing. I don't like to listen to things that have words because it just takes my focus away. Because my book is a paranormal book, it does have some creepy vibes, and I've been listening to a lot of Bernard Herrmann. And if you don't know who Bernard Herrmann is, he is the guy that composed the theme for Psycho. He composed a lot of great old Hollywood movie soundtracks, including Vertigo, Fahrenheit 451, lots of Alfred Hitchcock movies, and he hits these notes of just utter creepiness, but they're so beautiful too at the same time. I love that guy. Alright, so that was my version of the Hocus Pocus Writing Tag. This was so much fun to shoot, and I was so thankful that Destiny went ahead and tagged me, and I will put the link for her video and Kim's video for their original tags below, so that way you can go check theirs out, because you totally should, because Hocus Pocus and those chicks are the bomb. And now, who shall I tag? Who shall I tag? Who shall I tag? I'm gonna tag Sydnie Bishop, Lynn Woolston, and Natalia Leigh to do this tag next. You all have been tagged. But yeah, this was an utter blast to shoot. I loved going down Hocus Pocus memory lane on this one. Oh my gosh, the memories for this movie are so strong. What's your all's favorite Halloween movie? Is it Hocus Pocus? Please let me know down below because oh my gosh, Halloween movies are my jam. They are the best thing ever. If y'all like this video, feel free to give me a big thumbs up below, and also feel free to subscribe for more writing related content coming your way Tuesdays and Thursdays. And y'all should totally follow me on social media where you can find me at _Brooke Passmore on Twitter and Instagram. And thank you all so much for stopping by today, and I will see you next time.